comparing him with a guy like Larry Bird, right? Because we said his name a bunch. Larry Bird played on a team that a lot of people consider the greatest team of all time too, but because we're so far removed from it, they're just, okay, they're the 86 Celtics and they won a title. Nobody's like, but too bad that they had a super team. Sorry, Larry, that one doesn't count. And if Steph loses, because people are just going to be looking into his legacy, good, bad, otherwise. And there's a lot of people that don't like Steph Curry that are certainly going to be looking to devalue what he did. They're going to say, okay, but you won yours with Kevin Durant, so now you're not any Larry Bird. And their careers are fairly close. Steph is 8-time All-NBA. Larry Bird is 10. By the time Steph's done, I bet he'll be at least 10. Does he have 2 more years? Especially because part of it's like media voting. I would assume he gets 2 more All-NBAs. First team, whatever or not. Steph has 2 MVPs. Larry Bird has 3. They both have 3 rings. Bird has 2 Finals MVPs. And who? Maxwell, another one, right? The one that was talking all that trash to Draymond. Yeah. And then Steph, 8-time All-Star, and Larry Bird was a 12-time All-Star. Again, I think every year that Steph plays from now on, except maybe his last year, if he's just really bad, he's going to make an All-Star team. So their career accolades are going to be close. And they had, like you said, Larry Bird had the broken back. Steph injured his ankle, obviously, earlier in his career, so maybe he could have an extra All-NBA. I don't think he would have won MVP or anything crazy, but he could have an extra All-NBA or an extra All-Star game, whatever it was, on his resume as well. So I think they'll fairly be close. If Steph wins this title and a Finals MVP, then I think you probably have a better argument to switch him in front of Larry Bird. Anybody else, though, I don't know that he's already not better than. And if he loses this, I don't know that this necessarily makes him worse than anybody else in that class. And maybe just because we're hyper-focused on Larry Bird and I have the numbers and accolades and stuff in front of me, but it seems like that's the best comparison. And for how his career might pan out towards the end, this is probably the closest. Larry only played 13 years in the NBA, and Steph is in his 12th year right now. So Steph's obviously going to have more longevity than what Larry had, which might make some of his all-time numbers end up like eclipsing whatever Bird did. Like, if you're only talking about one spot on the all-time ranking, I don't know how much it necessarily hurts his legacy, but there will certainly be a lot of talk about it, only because it's recent and we're so far enough gone from it that that's just what gets talked about. A lot of these teams had quote unquote super teams, whether it's Kareem, Magic, and like James Worthy, who eventually comes on later. I think maybe in 20 or 30 years. People are going to just see Steph Curry. They're going to see the 3 rings, if that's what he ends up with. If they win this one, they're going to see 4, and that's just what it's going to be. They're going to say, yeah, those were some great teams, but they're not going to start taking away titles like they are going to, especially if the Warriors lose this series.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a one.